Hello, this is Egan, and welcome to EQB Cooking. We're just going to go ahead and get started. This is going to be a recipe I have never made before, so it's kind of a learning experience for both you and me. We're going to make a carbonara pasta. It's basically an egg-based pasta. It sounded interesting and a good way to get rid of the yolks that got produced from our cake from the last video. So, first thing we're going to need is a comically sized metal mixing bowl. Don't actually need it this big. I just didn't really read the dimensions right. So we mainly just need a metal mixing bowl because we gotta have it conduct heat for later on, and it's got to go on top of a pot. This one's a little bit bigger, soup pot, but either way, you need it for the bowl that you're going to be using for your pasta because the heat of it's going to cook it. Then also we're going to need a big skillet. This is going to be for cooking our meat that we're going to be using for today, as well as the pasta eventually. Also going to need a cheese grater, depending if you're going to be using a fresh stick of it like this. Otherwise, you can just get like shredded ones from Walmart or whatever. I just want to be more fresh with it and see how well it goes. Also going to need a chef's knife and a cutting board for the meat we're going to be using. Again, I'll explain that once we get to the meat part, but yeah, just regular chef's knife, nothing special. So great knife, but no fancy brand or anything. Then we are also going to be needing a whisk and some tongs. We're going to be using this. Make sure we're not going to be using the strainer for the pasta. We need the water, so we're going to be setting the stuff aside. So hence the tongs. Also, you're going to be needing a heat-resistant cup. We're going to get some of the pasta for some of the mixing we're going to put in the metal mixing bowl. So for ingredients wise, we will be needing 2 boxes of standard pasta. This one's standard up to whatever you want, because this is going to be chickpea one. I usually use that brand for just to cut back on carbs, but you can use regular noodles. It doesn't really matter. And as I said before, we're going to be using different sticks. We need Parmesan and Romano cheese. This is also going to be one of the meat we're going to be using is a pancetta. Essentially, it's kind of fancy bacon. So if you can't find this, you can just use bacon for the same recipe. And then as I said before, we're going to be using our yolks from last time. That's going to be 6 yolks and also 2 regular whole eggs. You're going to mix it all together. I just pre-did that already. And then we're going to make sure to be using some extra virgin olive oil. We're going to be using 2 tablespoons for cooking the meat, and another tablespoon we're going to be putting inside of the eggs that we're going to be tempering. So I would suggest maybe separating them. And also we're going to be using some pepper. I personally like white pepper more than the black pepper, just like how it kind of tastes. So you can use black or white depending on whatever you want to do. And I believe that is everything. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. All right, and here is our Parmesan and Romano cheese. We're going to get that shredded. Doesn't really matter. I just use a standard normal one. Since most of this is going to be melted with as we cook, it doesn't really matter kind of the size you're going for. So I'm just going to go with the big size. Next, we're going on with the pancetta. So just going to be using this. Again, I have no idea how good or bad this is going to be. So we will see if it is really just fancy bacon. Yeah, we're going to be using about 3 ounces of this. This whole container is exactly 3 ounces, but you can use that what you want. Yeah, kind of does look like just like bacon. Oof, yeah, definitely get that pork smell. It's already pretty thin, so we're not going to have to worry about too much about the thickness. We're going to want to get this to like Tic Tac kind of small sizes, so yeah, that's straight up bacon. All right. That's about the falling apart texture we kind of want. So there we go. We got both our cheese and our meat prepped. So now we're going to move on to the boiling water. So be right back. All right, we are back. So we got our pot of water already in there, and as well as our pan already oiled up with the 2 tablespoons of the olive oil. So first off, what we're going to do is we're going to putting salt into our water. We do that so that it will boil faster, and also it adds a little bit of flavor to the pasta. So we're going to get that started. Get that on high. Essentially, we're going to be leaving that alone for a while. Next, we're going to be moving on with the pancetta. We're going to put that in there. Then we're going to be getting that all cooked up. This will be finished way before the pasta is even done. So I'll make sure to take it off heat, and we'll put it back in later. So first off, let's get that on high. Start spraying this around. Just using a regular spatula. This is my one I have for my wok, but any roll spatula will do. We're just going to have to get this around. We're going to do this for about 7 minutes, or until it gets kind of crispy like normal bacon. So also, I'm just going to put just a little bit of the white pepper we're going to be using. I'm going to put a little bit on the bacon, just to add a little bit. Just to mix it around a little bit. A little extra flavor, never hurts. No, we're still going to have the pepper from the egg sauce later on, but never hurts to have a little bit extra. You know, that's exactly what we want. We're hearing all that fat cooking in there. You want that to keep the flavor in, right? Because once the noodles are done, we're going to be putting this in with all of the bacon and whatnot to have it be in the fat for a bit. Afterwards, we're going to be mixing it into the egg sauce, but that's still a little bit ahead. So let's wait for this to get all good. Not seeing much more of the pink, and that's starting to look got the nice brown on there, so we don't want to cook it too long, otherwise we'll get it burnt. So we're going to take that off heat and turn this off for now. So we will be back once the water's done. So I'll be back in a second. Hello, we are back. I just put the pasta in, so now we're just going to make sure it gets all in there. Make sure to get this boiled for about 3 to 5 minutes. Just you can do that, or you can do the typical way of just grabbing a piece, trying it out, and see if it's there yet. Just using the tongs, as we're going to be using in a second for this. And while that's boiling for a little bit, so in our mixing bowl, I already put our cheese and our white pepper. I'm also put a little bit of garlic powder. I just thought I'd add a little bit extra into it, so I'm going to do that. And since we still got a little bit too, so we're not wasting time, I'm going to get our egg mixture going. So that nice goopy liquid, put that right into the cheese. Good enough. It's not going to be perfect, but there you go. Make sure you're still watching the pasta. Make sure you don't want it to be sticking to the bottom or anything. So I got that going. So now whisk and mixing it up. It's okay if you see the cheese chunks. We're just trying to spread it around at least. Can't do much until after the pasta's fully done, because we're going to be using the water. So I got that nice and mixed in. Looks pretty good, I think. I'm gonna keep that going in there. Getting this for later. So let me get in there. Okay, let's see where we're at. Yeah, still very much raw. Still very crunchy. Now I'm going to get this back on just a low, just to keep it warm, and then once it gets closer, we'll yeah, just to show you. So we got that nice crispy bacon we have right here, and all that fat and oil drilling. That's what we want. We're gonna be putting that on our pasta, but I'm just gonna get that warm back up a little bit since we had to let it sit there. Get that out of the way. Whisk this a little bit just to kill some time. It does take a little bit, but doing multiple things at once it's good. So no wasted movements. So once we get to the once it's all done, we're going to get to a half cup of the pasta water, so we can make sure we're going to put that in there, temper it for a little bit, and then once we get to the tempering phase, we're going to then put it over here and let the boiling water steam it and whatnot. But that's still going to be for a little bit longer. Okay, so now we're going to put our pasta straight into here, because we're going to be using the fat in there to flavor the noodles. Okay, at this point, there should be only a couple of them left, so I'm just going to end it there. So I'm going to increase this just a bit, just to get this all mixed in. Hello guys, this is post Egan. Just letting you know, I accidentally forgot to put in the extra virgin olive oil inside the tempering eggs, so just make sure you put that in there before you actually do the tempering part. My bad. I'll make sure not to forget it next time. Okay, back to the video. So now there you go, it's about a half, so we're going to put this right in here, tempering them. Do a bit of a mix with that. Should get kind of foamy like this, it seems. Don't want any of that dark yolk. Now this is essentially, it's going to look more like scrambled eggs. Essentially that's what we're doing, but we have to be careful because we do not want scrambled egg pasta. As much as that would be not that bad, it's not ideal. So we got that going. Okay, so now use this. I'm going to put this straight into here. There we go. Get all that good stuff out. And now, oops, a lot of mess, but okay. Now, on here like this. So, we're now going to mix everything up with the tongs. Oh, I'm going to get oven mitt on. It's going to start getting pretty hot. So, which, yeah, starting to see a little bit of the scrambled eggs, which is not what we want, unfortunately. Hoping to break that up a bit. I think I might have put it all in at once, and that was probably not ideal. Yeah, starting to get more. Still should be good, even if it's, as I said, scrambled eggs, but whoa. Okay, I am turning down the water a bit starting to the trapped water is not liking it in there. So turns out it does turn into scrambled eggs. As I said, it's my first time, so we will next time maybe I will put in just a little bit of it at a time. But I mean, this still should look good. Look good with all that cheese and pepper and whatnot. Nice and coated, so yeah. Okay, so I think we're unfortunately about what we're going to be using this for. So now we're just going to plate it up and try it out. Okay, so we are all good. So this is how it turned out. It looks pretty good. Fortunately, as I said, we do got a little bit of the scrambled egg part, but I'm not sure that's how it's supposed to be. So we are now going to give it a try. Got a nice plate. Let's see how this goes. Mmm. Mmm. Yeah, that is really good. Very nice. One thing I would probably say, I probably would have maybe put a couple more spices in here, because you get some of the pepper and a little bit of the garlic, but otherwise, really good. Yeah. If we call it a win, we'll just have to maybe next time just make sure to have enough of the be a little slower with the eggs to temper them. I'll have to make sure we'll be aware of that when we do the tempering for the next recipe. So hope you enjoyed my my episode, and hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.